The stakes were high and the lights even brighter when the Indiana Fever returned to State Farm Arena for their second clash with the Atlanta Dream in just 3 days. After dropping the first game in a heartbreaker, the Fever regrouped, recalibrated, and showed the kind of resilience that defines a rising contender. What followed was a statement win, 81-76, fueled by veteran leadership, emotional intensity, and clutch execution. As Indiana finally secured their first road victory of the season, it wasn't just about the score, it was about how they responded. And tonight we break it all down, not just by numbers, but by what it means strategically for both teams moving forward. Welcome to Jintatski Sports, your spot for all things sports. From legendary moments and big-time plays to inspiring stories and deep dives, we bring you the content that keeps the game alive. If you love sports as much as we do, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. This was a chess match from the opening tip. While Caitlin Clark had another challenging shooting night, going just 3 of 11 from the field. Her presence created space, demanded defensive shifts, and allowed her teammates to thrive. Natasha Howard was a centerpiece, dominating with 26 points on 12 of 17 shooting, while Kelsey Mitchell brought the dagger in crunch time. Sophie Cunningham's first game of the season added grit and spacing, and Aaliyah Boston's presence inside gave Indiana just enough toughness to outlast a dream team led by Rhyne Howard and Brianna Jones. Every possession mattered, and in the end it was execution, not just talent, that separated the two sides. The Fever's strengths shined brightest in their front court performance. Natasha Howard was surgical in the mid-range and decisive in the paint, while Boston controlled key rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell's composure gave Indiana a late-game closer they've needed. And though Clark wasn't scoring at her usual clip, her passing and gravitational pull bent the Dream's defense out of shape time and again. The weaknesses, however, are still evident. Clark's outside shooting remains inconsistent, and the team at times defaults to static offensive sets when she's tightly defended. Perimeter defense also allowed open looks for Atlanta guards, which could haunt them against deeper backcourts. There's growing opportunity here for the Fever to develop multifaceted offensive identity, not just through Clark, but through balanced scoring. Cunningham's return and Danta's floor spacing offer promising wrinkles, and if Clark finds her rhythm again, this team becomes even more dangerous. The lingering threat lies in overdependence. If Clark struggles and Mitchell doesn't hit timely shots, the offense can stall. Defensively, elite teams with mobile bigs can still neutralize Boston and Howard's interior impact if Indiana doesn't rotate properly on switches. Heading into their next matchup, the Fever's war room should focus on refining off-ball movement and enhancing pick-and-roll variations with Clark as the ball handler. Staggering her minutes with Mitchell to ensure at least one playmaker is on the floor at all times will be critical. Defensively, plugging the gaps on wing rotations and reducing unnecessary fouls will be essential as the schedule intensifies. Most importantly, Clark must be freed up to score without overburdening her as the sole creator. Mitchell, Cunningham, and even Boston must help carry the load. Atlanta's strengths are their athleticism and pace. Rhyne Howard remains a versatile scorer who can heat up in an instant. Brianna Jones gave the Fever problems with her footwork and composure, and Brittany Griner's presence is beginning to stabilize Atlanta's interior on both ends. Still, the weakness Atlanta must address is late-game execution. In key stretches, they struggled with turnovers and shot selection under pressure. Their defense also collapsed into the paint too often, giving shooters like Mitchell and Cunningham wide-open looks. Their opportunity lies in nurturing their backcourt depth. Tehina Paopao has shown flashes, and Alicia Gray can be a consistent two-way threat. With better floor spacing and off-ball movement, Atlanta could become one of the league's most dynamic transition teams. But there's a threat in the form of predictability. Too often, Atlanta sets funnel through Howard without secondary actions. Against disciplined defenses like Indiana that gets read and neutralized. The Dream must diversify their play calling and lean into more pick-and-roll action involving Griner or Jones. For the Dream, strategy begins with rethinking their crunch time identity. They need a go-to play that doesn't rely solely on isolation or Rhyne Howard's individual brilliance. Bringing more set actions through Gray and involving Jones and Griner in screen-heavy sets could open up efficient looks. Defensively, switching more effectively and defending the three-point line must become a priority. Their defensive discipline broke down in key moments, and that cost them this game. A sharpened focus on rotations and communication could turn narrow losses into wins. The Indiana Fever's victory wasn't just a win on the scoreboard. It was a blueprint of how this team can grow and evolve in real time. It showed that even when their rookie superstar has an off night, their veterans and role players can rise to the occasion. For Atlanta, it's a moment of reflection, a wake-up call to build more layers into their game and to tighten the screws on defense when it matters most. As both teams move forward, they carry lessons, adjustments, and the fire that comes only from battles like this one. This is only the beginning. Thanks for watching Jintatski Sports. If that video hit home or gave you something to think about, drop a like and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that bring the heart of sports to life. Until next time, stay inspired and keep chasing greatness.